This is the story of Dr Jainti Das Saggar, an Indian man who came from the rural village of Deharru in northern Punjab to the Scottish city of Dundee in 1919 to complete his medical studies. His achievements in the fields of public health, education and housing transformed the lives of people living in Dundee and beyond. He also made history in 1936 by becoming the first South Asian Town Councillor in Scotland. Jainti was born on the 6th of September 1898 in Deharru. Upon completing his education, he began studying medicine at Forman Christian College in Lahore, part of the University of Punjab. On the 13th of April 1919, whilst at medical school, the Jallianwala Bagh massacre took place in nearby Amritsar, where hundreds of unarmed Indians were killed or injured by the British Indian Army. It is believed one of Jainti's Scottish medical tutors recognised his talent and suggested he transfer to a Scottish university due to the constant unrest and violence in India. Jainti was offered a place for medicine at the University of St Andrews. However, the medical school was situated in Dundee. Jainti set out on a 26-day voyage by train and boat, travelling from Deharru through Sri Lanka, the Suez Canal and London, to finally arrive in Dundee towards the end of 1919. Jainti graduated as a Bachelor of Medicine in 1923. 2 years later, he obtained a diploma in public health and set up his medical practice at 8 Byron Street, Dundee. While running his practice, his keen interest in the human eye and passion for professional development encouraged him to study further. In 1935, he travelled to London to obtain his diploma in ophthalmic medicine and surgery. After opening his medical practice, Jainti was introduced to Jean Quinn in 1925, daughter of Thomas Quinn, who was a Baillie and a Dundee Town Councillor. They married later in 1931 and honeymooned in India. They had 2 daughters, Sheila and Kamala. Jainti always encouraged their studies and outside interests. Jainti was always concerned with social welfare, and in 1936 he was nominated as a candidate for the Dundee Council. On election day, Tuesday the 3rd of November 1936, Jainti was standing for election in Ward 8, which had a great deal of unemployment and deprivation. Jainti topped the poll and was elected as a town councillor for the next 3 years, becoming the first South Asian local authority councillor in Scotland. When World War II was declared in 1939, local elections were temporarily discontinued, resulting in him continuing to serve as a councillor throughout the war years. Being an advocate for issues such as housing and public health, Jainti continued to be successfully re-elected until 1952. He was also a long-standing member of the Education Committee from 1936 onwards, and was successful in lowering the pass mark for entering academies. He also introduced the penny fare for pensioners on buses. He went on to serve as a Labour councillor for 18 years, becoming one of the longest-serving members. Inspired by Jainti, Jean stood for election in 1954, becoming Dundee Council's first husband and wife team, until his untimely death in November 1954. On Jainti's death, the then Lord Provost of Dundee, William Hughes, said, "He was a man of compassion for everyone in need. He came to Dundee from halfway across the world, but no son of Dundee had greater love for his people or worked harder in their interest." In 1960, Greenbank Rise was renamed Saggar Street after Jainti, in recognition of his immense contribution and service to Dundee. In 2012, his many contributions to social and political life were acknowledged in the Oxford Dictionary of National Biography, a national record of men and women who have shaped British history and culture. In 2019, to mark 100 years since Jainti arrived in Dundee, the University of Dundee launched the Jainti Dass Saggar Memorial Scholarship for Excellence, which aims to inspire the next generation of students from India. He was a true example of a global citizen who chose to study, live, and improve the city he came to.